I was not born in church, and I did not grow up in church. I grew up with encyclopedias and computers. So I'm the only person I could rely upon, and brick, by brick, word by sentence, by argument. And I was so cynical and jaded in my own search for answers that it wasn't an issue of faith anymore. It was just an issue of anger, of deep-seated malice. So my entire formative years were about gaining knowledge, finding answers, learning things. So when I got into junior high and someone asked me if I was a Christian, naturally my response was, I have no idea what that means. It became sort of a lot of people's missions to try and change that. So I did research Christianity, and I did research atheism. It evolved into this grudge match between me and a few other people who would constantly come back at my arguments in an attempt to demonstrate why I should be a Christian, or more to the point sometimes, why I shouldn't be an atheist. You'd be amazed at how easy it is to say some contextually inaccurate thing that completely destroys somebody's faith. And I was leaving behind me the bodies of the defeated and confused. It doesn't take long, probably a year and a half, to the point where I had just essentially given up. I mean, it became a matter of course every day, sit at lunch. Oh, so you're the atheist kid. Yeah, what do you got for me today? You know, take another page of the Bible, but you know, that kind of thing. This one girl sat down next to me and she said, would you like to come to my church? I might as well keep my enemies closer. I'll go to her church a couple times. A couple weeks go by and it was great. I got to really explore this Christianity thing from their perspective while merging it with mine. And then one week they say, hey, you want to come to our church camp? I came to this place with all these people and it was really quiet outside. They started speaking every evening at Falls Creek, and I started feeling different. I started to feel urged. I'm not going to let myself be brainwashed by this thing, this Falls Creek. And then one night I'm sitting outside by myself, just looking at the sky, and the wind is blowing and I hear the trees. And I'm going, you know, in my brain, I'm freaking out. Well, one of my identities built on combat, on argument, on my lack of faith, on, you know, trying to disprove Christianity. There was no more anger at the malice. It's just like, no, you can't do this and this. But this is really fun and it's nice. And there, no, you can't. I was going back and forth, and all of a sudden, silence. True peace in my brain. And I heard something I had never heard before. There's not really words for it. It's more of a knowledge. It lets me hear and see the world for what it is, not what I want it to be, not what I think it should be, and the people around me. From that moment on, I was a Christian. It took me a while to realize that, but I had absolute and complete faith in God as the Creator and Jesus as the Savior. And not only as a Savior in the past, but in every present moment. Because for a moment I had the opportunity to clear my mind, to stop fighting and to start listening. And that is the key for everyone, Christian, atheist, agnostic, whatever. The key is simply to listen.